happy Summerween to all those who celebrate. I have a black cat here for you. I don't know if that applies to like just Halloween, but I feel like Summerween it also applies. He's very soft. He's so soft. Yes, he is. Can you meow for the people? Can you meow for the people? No? Okay, that's cool. First of all, I want to show you my options, and then I want to talk about the book that I just started and I'm already obsessed with. If you're a regular YouTube watcher, there's like, I feel like no way that you can't know what Summerween is. I don't know. Summerween is just like a celebration of spookiness, thrillers, mystery, horror, bringing the vibes and the joy of Halloween into the summer. It is a readathon run by Gabby Reads. I will link her channel in the announcement video below. I will be doing, as I usually do, 2 vlogs for Summerween. The first one will be posted, I think, on Wednesday, and then I will post the next one on Saturday. So here are some options. These are the most likely contenders at the moment. Of course, this could change at any time, and it doesn't include audiobooks. This is mood reading month, so there's no set TBR. I'm just gonna do what I feel like doing, which is a relief. I'll be honest with you, mostly this month so far, I've been reading manga and audiobook novellas, and that's it. I've just been like not reading. So it's kind of a reset for me every year. By the way, I've got you propped up on a chair. This is Pippin's blanket. So I've got some audiobooks and an ebook of the Hitchcock Hotel. Well, there goes my air conditioning, which I'm probably going to read for the prompt. Oh wait, here's the prompts. I don't remember what they are. Hold on. I'm fixing this. That's better. Now you can see my Summerween shirt. Prompts, which I've got here. Number 1, read a book in the dark. I'm probably going to be reading the Hitchcock Hotel on my Kindle. In previous years, I've done audiobooks in the dark, but what always ends up happening is I fall asleep during the audiobook. Like I've deleted it, but I had like 45 minutes of footage last year of me just sleeping. That's not going to happen again this year. I'm going to read an ebook, not an audiobook. Challenge number 2 is read a horror or thriller. I believe I'm going to read Bat Eater for this challenge. I really want to read this. I've been trying to read this for frickin' forever. It's been getting nothing but good reviews, and this is the number 1 book that I am finishing this challenge. Number 3, Sky on Cover. I think I'm going to use You Are Fatally Invited for this one, because that's a sky, even if it's orange. This is a mystery thriller. The rest of these are pretty much horror-ish, but this is a mystery thriller, and it's one I've been wanting to get to since I bought it from Aardvark, but I just haven't yet, so Summerween it is. Challenge number 4, read a book you've owned for over a year. That would be the Invocations. I gave this author's previous book, House of Hollow, 5 stars. So the fact that I haven't read this yet is really dumb. I really, really, really want to get to this. And also it looks deliciously creepy. Like, look at these vibes. Look at the vibes. Ooh, I forgot what it looks like underneath. The Necromantia. And then read a novella, manga, or audiobook. So it's going to be a novella audiobook. And if it comes in time, or maybe I'll get it from Spotify, The Monster of Ellenhaven. I don't remember the author's name. Something Jennifer, maybe? I don't remember. So those are the for sure ones. And then I've also got several mysteries out by audio. I think maybe I have some other mysteries lying around that I've been trying to get to. Maybe a cozy. I have one called Nosy Neighbors. I don't remember. But then there's these other 2 books I really would like to try to fit in. This one is Strange Beasts. I think this is a horror fantasy. Something about Dracula and Sherlock Holmes and like their descendants or something. I don't know, but I love the cover. It's got great reviews. I love the French flaps. I'm into it. I really want to try and read this. And then Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil. I'm not that excited about this, but maybe it will pleasantly surprise me. So those are my options right now. I'm sure that's not what's going to happen, because mood reading. But now I want to talk about the book that I just started 20 minutes ago, and that is The Starving Saints, and I'm already loving it. Now, I have been fooled by a Caitlin Starling book before. The first 50 or so pages of The Death of Jane Lawrence enchanted me. I loved Jane. And then that book kind of went off the rails and I lost interest in it. But I'm cautiously optimistic that this one will hold Right now I've just read the first chapter, and there's 3 main characters, and I've met one of them named Focine, and she is a nun from a priory, and she is trapped in this castle with all these other people and has been for the past 6 months. And apparently this is a world, A, where women can be knights, and B, there's magic-ish, I think. I'm not quite sure, but the king has her, and he lets her have her own space in this really crowded castle, and he makes sure she has resources and food and stuff when people are starving to death, because he wants her to solve the issue of food because they're under siege. And she's already solved the issue of water. She's created some sort of a process where to magically clean dirty water and make it new again and fresh. And now he wants her to solve the food problem. And that's where I'm at. But the writing style and the atmosphere is impeccable. I don't know, I can't explain it. I'm getting a really good feeling. So I will check in a bit. I am gonna go into detail about this book in a way that I'm not. So I'm also currently filming a vlog about how many subscription box books can I read in a month. So I am gonna be talking about this one because it's aardvark, but here in Summerween, you're gonna get more about this book than in the other vlog, just so you know. So anyway, that is my TBR-ish. These are all upside down. These are my TBR, minus ebooks and audiobooks. And of course I have more in my room that I could at any point say, no, I don't want to read one of these, and then go. I don't know. I love Summerween. It's so fun. It's just a happy, creepy time of year. I just feel like I have to do my duty now because I have a black cat, and my friend Miriam says he's my familiar, but I don't know what that says about me, if that's true, because he is a freaking weirdo. What does the familiar do? The lore doesn't agree. The lore doesn't agree about what a familiar does. Anyway, I'll check in later. Lily and Pippin and I are just sitting in bed reading. I will tell you more about this in a second, but I'm about 50% of the way through. And while I'm reading, I'm enjoying Pippin ecking out the window. It's very cute. Also, I need to clean his nose prints off of the window. Okay, so I am 50% of the way through Starving Saints. I really like this. I don't know if it's going to be a 5, but it is, when I'm reading it, it's like I'm in it, you know? I think I told you mostly what this was about before, but we're following 3 women. One of them is a quote-unquote mad mage. Her name is Focine, I think. Yeah. And she is like the king's pet, and she's locked in a tower trying to solve their starvation problem. And weird things keep happening to her. Everyone calls her a heretic or a witch. And she gave up her vows, her 20 years of being a nun, to do this weird magic thing. So unclear why she left, but she did. Then the second person is a female knight named Servoine. And Servoine is like torn between duty and survival. Then the third person is Trela. And Trela is a servant girl who has been surviving by hoarding food in a little hidden storage cupboard and hunting rats and selling them to people. She is like skulking around the edges, and she already knew Servoine. They have a past. And Focine and her are just getting to know each other, but basically I'm at the part that the blurb spoiled. I mean, it's pretty late in the game. They come in like at page 70. The actual saints, which are their gods essentially, is what I'm working out. They like show up. There's 4 of them, and all of a sudden they're magically saved and everyone starts feasting, but it's very clear that they are not who they say they are. And Focine and Trela are really the prioress are the only people who are unaffected by them. That's where I'm at right now. It's really creepy, to be honest with you. It's super creepy. And I'm really enjoying it. I think, weirdly, this might have a happy ending. I mean, it's gross. There has been cannibalism. And the 2 of the main characters have eaten the other white meat before. Oh, it's so gross. But yeah, it's freaky, it's religious, it's dirty and gross, it's scary. It's good. I'm enjoying it. Hi. So I finished. It's 10:30. It's past my bedtime. but I needed to finish, and now I'm gonna have weird dreams. I need to sleep on this before I decide what I'm gonna rate it, but I think it's gonna be a good rating. I just don't know the specifics. I'm gonna go to sleep now, right here, right now. Just kidding. I'm gonna shut the light out first. Bye. And good morning, friends. It is day 3 of Summerween, and I unfortunately have to go back to work. It's awful. I started 2 new books, and I finished Starving Saints, as you would have seen last night. So let's talk about Starving Saints. So this book was really fun. I mean, it was gross, it was eerie, it was so it was so atmospheric. I think the only reason this didn't get 5 stars for me, I'm giving it 4. The only reason it didn't get 5 stars is because I didn't really fall in love with the characters. Like, I had a good time and they were good vehicles for the story, but I just, doggy. They just didn't, that would have tipped it over the edge for me, if that makes sense. And then I did like the ending. I'm not quite sure, like, I mean, it's a fun story and it's really creepy, and like, if you're just in it for the vibes, like, you don't need to know more, but I feel like there's stuff under the surface I didn't, stupid thing. I feel like there's stuff I didn't grasp, and that's fine. It's fine. Stop it. Oh God, I need a new thing. I need a new car holder. It's lost its squeezy ability. So, had a really good time with this. So, recommend it. If you are into medieval fever dreams, medieval fantasy, stories that mix like religion with stuff, I feel like you'll have a good time. And also there was this element, they never name the creatures, the beings that are at the center of the story, but they have a very distinctly like folklore, nasty fairy, nasty fey creature kind of feel, and I always love that. So excellent time. And then I did start this morning, this is the invocations. This is the under the dust jacket. It says Necromantia, so that's intriguing. But I'm already liking it. I'm only through the prologue in chapter 1. This is another story with 3 female protagonists that I think might get a little gay. By the way, this gets a little gay, and I say only a little just because there's no like sex in it really. This one is a young adult horror mystery thriller fantasy thing, and so far I've only met one of the main characters, Emmer, and she is homeless and living in Oxford, and she's very clever and resourceful, and it was really fun watching her. I mean, it was stressful and sad that she has to live like this, but she has found a way to use Oxford's campus as like her own personal resource. Like, she knows which building has a gym that will let her in. She knows which building won't care if she just eats breakfast. She knows where all the free food is. She knows the restaurants that don't monitor their tables, and she sits down at tables after people leave and finishes their food. And like, she sits in lectures because she knows, she sits through a mathematics lecture that's like 2.5 hours long, 3 hours long, because they serve banh mi sandwiches. So she's resourceful. And I think that this is going to center on 3 women who are young women who are somehow all connected to this, like, I think he's like a magical serial killer. The prologue is a girl who is attacked by a man who's very creepy. I read this author's previous book, House of Hollow, and I gave it 5 stars. So I'm not necessarily expecting a 5-star read. I'm not going to put those expectations on this book. But what I liked so much about that book was the way that the atmosphere and the magic worked with the story and the characters, and it was just a really good time. So I'm hoping something similar happens here. Hopefully I can get a nice way into this. Oh, I almost forgot. I did also start yesterday an audiobook and this is actually, I was searching on Libby for one, because the ones that I wanted to read the most hadn't come in from Libby yet. They're like, hopefully they'll get here by the end of the week, but if they don't, that's fine. And I have one that I can listen to on Spotify that I forgot about. Oops. I was searching through Libby for available mystery audiobooks, and the Ruby and the Smoke happened to pop up, and this is a book that has literally been on my TBR since before I had a TBR. So this is by Philip Pullman, the author of his Dark Materials, you know, The Golden Compass, etc. I just have never read it. It's about a girl named Sally Lockhart. There's 3 books. This is the first book. And her father has recently died, and she gets caught up in sort of some plots that are surrounding his death, and also the people that he associated with himself in real life. I don't know if I'm going to give it a 5 like I might have. Like, I might have loved this when I was young, but there are... It's what's really funny is that it doesn't really read like a young adult book. There's drugs, there's violence, there's scenes today that an editor or a publisher would say young adults wouldn't be interested in this. And I'm like, for sure, just like a bunch of adults talking and doing crime and like talking about the British Raj in India. I feel like that's just like, they don't publish young adult books that are written like this anymore. Like, they just don't. This would be an adult book, or like a new adult book. It's not even a thing anymore. I'm having a good time so far. I'm like 40% in. It's a really, I mean, it's only like a 200-page book. It's short. The audiobook is like 6 hours long. So I'll probably finish it today while I'm at work, and then I will probably start on my next audiobook. So in terms of prompts, I don't know that I fulfilled any yet, but tonight I do plan to start the Hitchcock Hotel and read it in bed in the dark. That is my plan. Anyway, I will check in later. Worst vlog ever! Just kidding. My phone's charging, but I'm about to start the Hitchcock Hotel on my Kindle. I'm going to put some candles on. Yeah? You want to say hi? Say hi? You say hi? No, he just wants the cord. He just wants the cord. Yeah, that's you? Anyway, I'm 100 pages in to the Invocations. Liking it. I finished Sally Lockhart. Hey, Pippin, don't do that. I finished Sally Lockhart, and I started, well, and then I also started and finished The Monster of Elendhaven. I will check in about all of this later. I'm gonna read and then probably fall asleep pretty quickly. And then I just started, while I was getting ready for bed, Closer to Death by Anthony Horowitz. It's the 5th book and the final one that's out in the Horowitz and, what's the second guy's name? Don't remember. Hawthorne and Horowitz. And I'm 6% in. I'm gonna go read. See you tomorrow. more of Summerween. So hopefully I can get this posted by tomorrow morning. But as we speak, literally as we speak, sorry for the air conditioning noise, I am committing a crime right now. I've got it on video. So, fun story. Last Monday, I was sitting at work and my boss goes, "Are you gonna leave soon for your dentist appointment?" And I go, "What?" I forgot that I had a dentist appointment last Monday at lunchtime. So I go, "Oh crap, I have to be there in 5 minutes." And it's like 10 minutes away. So I just rush out the door and get in my car and go. Fast forward to this morning when I'm cleaning out my personal email because it's a mess. And I get to this bolded email because I keep all my emails bolded until I'm done with them. And it is from Arizona Motor Vehicle Department. And I instantly, oh shit, because what I was planning to do on last Monday was not go to the dentist. It was go to get my car tested for emissions so I could then pay my registration, which was expiring at midnight that night. So I'm driving around with expired tags right now. I'm just like, I just gotta make it to emissions. I just gotta make it there. I gotta pass. And then I can sit in my car and pay for my registration, and then I will be okay. I hope they don't charge me a late fee. So while I am driving, I figured I might as well update you on some books. I don't remember what I have said about my other books, so I think I'll leave that till I get home. But I did want to talk about Close to Death, which is the 5th Anthony Hawthorne and Horowitz book. And this series is like actually turning out to be really super fun. And I've liked every book more than the previous book. I mean, I talked about them before in my 30 books in 30 days. But basically, it's a meta mystery series where the author is writing it like a memoir, like a true crime story. Like he's the main character of the book series, and he's working with this supposedly real life detective and following him around and writing about his cases. But of course that it's fictionalized, but he doesn't tell you where the line is in the books, like of what's fictional and what's not. So you sort of have to guess on some parts, and that's really fun. But he keeps messing around with the format of this meta mystery series, and even on top of that, like last time he was the main suspect. This time I literally have just gotten, because all the other books are first person point of view, I literally have just gotten to the part where it's first person point of view, and I'm 20% in. The first 20% of the book is this story about this neighborhood, which is a close, which is, I don't think American readers are going to really get the pun of the title on this one, but that's fine. And it's this neighborhood, and they have a problem. They have a problem neighbor, and they call a neighborhood meeting, and we get all the backstories about all the people in this neighborhood and what their issues are with this problem neighbor. And of course, the problem neighbor doesn't come to the meeting, the neighborhood meeting, and they're all really mad and upset. And then that's when we transition to Anthony, or Anthony. I guess I'll call him Anthony because that's what the audiobook says. Although it turns out he always talks about the publication schedules of his actual books in real life. So as I'm listening to it right now, and he's talking about how he ended up writing the James Bond books, and like where he comes up with the plots for that. And now he's worried because he hasn't seen Hawthorne in months, and there hasn't been any murders, because unlike in television and books, murders are pretty rare in the UK, and when they happen, they're usually pretty clear cut. So the true mystery murder is pretty rare, actually. So he's like, I have nothing to write about. So his agent suggests, well, why don't you write about one of Hawthorne's old cases, which is really fun. So he gets to actually like peruse the case notes and take his time with it and not have to be constantly behind Hawthorne 1 or 2 steps and going around to different places. He can just sit in the privacy of his own home and maybe talk to Hawthorne a little bit about what happened with this neighborhood. It's fun. It's really fun. I'm enjoying it. He just like finds really creative ways to tell like the same kinds of stories, and it's very fun. That's my update for right now. My plan is to finish the Invocations today. Oh, I know what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the Hitchcock Hotel. So I was too sleepy last night. I got about 11% in to that while I was reading in the dark, which I need to learn how to film in the dark, because once a year I do this and you can't even see me, and I know there's got to be a way to do it, and I don't know how. And I know the iPhone has a way to shoot in the night, but I don't know how to do that either. It's fine. The Hitchcock Hotel. So the reason I was interested in this book, despite middling ratings, is because of the Hitchcock element. So it's about this guy who owns a hotel, and it is ridiculously Hitchcock themed. Like, he went all out. He owns props from the movies, the furnishings and everything. It's decorated like a 1950s Scottish hunting lodge. It's immaculate. Like, I want to go there. There's a library, there's a theater that's constantly playing Hitchcock movies, there's great food. I don't know, it sounds amazing. This is why I wanted to read this book, because of that premise, the like fantasy of that place existing. And plus I love films, and Hitchcock films are fun, even though he was a douchebag. They talk about that in the book though. But I didn't realize, and maybe I did at one point, but I didn't realize recently that this is just one of those bog standard thrillers where the group of toxic college friends get back together after a really long time, and then the secrets come out and somebody dies. And that has just been so played out. Right off the top of my head, I can think of like 3 or 4, and none of those really did anything great with it. Although people really like Ashley Winstead's something with the knife one. What's that one called? I don't remember the name. I should remember it. My brain is bad. That one, the Ruth Ware book, The It Girl, that one is that plot. It's a classic like dark academia setup. I don't know. It's been done. Oh, there's cops. I was like, why is it taking so long? It's because there's cops holding up traffic. That's great. It's just great. What the hell? I wish you guys could see this Yahoo in front of me driving a bright yellow dinky little truck. Not even a big truck, just a dinky little truck. It's bright yellow, and there is one bumper sticker, and it is on his back window, and it just says poop. Anyone want to explain that one to me? It's giving 3 stars right now. The Hitchcock Hotel, it's giving 3 stars. Maybe something interesting will be done with it, and I will like overcome my aversion to that plot line. Oh, I know the one I was thinking of. The one that was set up at the ski resort and they get trapped up there. What was that one called? By Allie something? I'll put it here. I don't remember the name. That one, which bored me to tears also. Everybody likes that book, and I just like, no, it's just this stupid toxic friend group again. Like, do something new. This is how, like, I didn't used to feel this way about that plot, but that's how I feel now about like domestic thrillers where it involves like a husband and wife and infidelity and all that kind of stuff. I just find it uninteresting, and now I find the toxic friend group coming back together uninteresting. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna keep listening to my book. I'm gonna keep committing crimes until I get to the admissions place, and then hopefully I will be a criminal no more, and nobody except everybody who watches this video will ever know. Okay, bye. Hi. So it's like 8:40, but I am so sleepy, and I was going to try to stay up to finish this book that is not called Necromantia. Oh, the Invocations. I'm still like, once I wash my face, I should get more awake, but I'm not gonna be able to finish out a vlog tonight. And I want to edit this by tomorrow morning. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna call it right here. Finish this vlog up. So days 1 through 4 of Summerween, done. I've finished 3 books. That was, what did I finish? Oh, Starving Saints, and then 2 audiobooks. I finished The Monster of Ellenhaven, and then I finished The Ruby and the Smoke. And I am 90%, like 85% of the way through with Close to Death, and like 25% of the way into this, and like 15% of the way into Hitchcock Hotel. That's where we're at. Hopefully I can finish all of those books tomorrow. And then I think I've decided on my final 3. Bat Eater is next for sure. And I'm really feeling You're Fatally Invited. And then this is going to be my last physical book of the vlog, and that's Strange Beasts. So those are all for sure. I'm not going to have time to get to Bury Your Bones in the Midnight Soil. It's not going to happen. And then however many other audiobooks I can fit. I think The Running Man. I think I'm going to do that because I saw the trailer for Running Man, and I need to read the book before I see the movie, which I'm very excited for. With that, I bid you good night, and I will see you in the next vlog. Oh, before I go, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give me a like and subscribe if you want to. I really appreciate it. And Summerween Part 2, days 5, 6, 7, and 8, coming at you Saturday morning. Okay, bye.